We have an update now on a scary situation at Sunday's Seahawks game. Darrell Taylor suffered what appeared to be a significant injury. He spent several minutes lying motionless in the grass before being carted off the field and taken to the hospital. Coach Pete Carroll now says Taylor did not suffer a neck injury and that he may even play in the Seahawks game Monday night against the Saints. But here to break it down, plus the debut of Geno Smith against the Steelers, are our friends Terry Holloman and former Seahawks defensive end Cliff Avril.
All right, Cliff, the Seahawks played their first game since 2011 without Russell Wilson at the quarterback position. Geno Smith stepped in. What is your interpretation of how he did, first and foremost? Overall, how did Geno handle it?
Well, the first half, was a little shaky overall for the team and Geno, but I think that second half, they kind of tried to figure things out. They started running the ball a little bit more. I think this is for any and every quarterback, not just Geno. It's a lot easier to run your offense when you have a running game. And I think that's what they wanted to establish, and it allowed Geno to kind of play a little more freely to be able to make some plays towards the end of that game.
Well, as you alluded to, the offense was really stagnant in the first half. But it really came alive a lot more in the second half. Moving forward, do we expect a lot more from the rushing attack since Geno's going to be at the position for a little while, or are they going to let him cook?
No, I think they need to get back to that just in general, even when Russ comes back. Again, I think all quarterbacks, for the most part, they need a running game to allow them to be able to feel more comfortable in that pocket. Because again, if I'm a pass rusher and I know you don't have a run game, I know we've shut that down. Oh, it's pin your ears back and go, and it's all about making quarterbacks miserable from that point on. So yeah, I think that needs to be the game plan. We need to, get a running game established early and often to allow Geno, Russ, whoever else is behind the center to be able to execute and go out there and play some ball.
Talking about that run game, the Seahawks have obviously been missing Chris Carson for a couple of weeks now. Alex Collins has stepped in and done a marvelous job of filling in for him. But now he's down, and we're down to our 3 and 4 running backs. So what are the Seahawks going to do moving forward?
It's tough, man, when you start losing all your guys like that. But the one thing that's consistent, though, is those guys that are blocking for him. Whoever you put back there, if those guys up front are blocking, I think a lot of guys will have some success behind them. Obviously, the experience and different things like that will play a role in how many more yards they can get. But as far as for being able to get those 3, 4, 5 yard runs, I think anybody that they put back there, whether it's home or whoever they put back there, I think all of those guys can have some sort of success back there.
Now, the defense has been getting kind of beat up this year. They've been taking the brunt of the criticism. But there's some positive things that I saw in the game this past weekend. The secondary is starting to play a lot better. What is your feeling on how the guys that back there in the defensive secondary are doing right now?
They took some major steps forward. The hardest thing to do in the NFL is be consistent. You know what I mean? Whether that's good or bad, but you have to be consistent in whatever you're trying to do. That's what allows you to have some longevity. And I think they're off to the right track as far as for where they want to go on the back end. I seen Jamal. Although he's not getting the sacks and hits and pressures that we liked from last year. I mean, I seen that boy come up and tattoo some boys in the hole, in the running game. So just seeing some of that, seeing Diggs, being a leader on the back end as well. The cornerbacks making some plays, it's something to build off of. You can't get too excited because, again, consistency is the name of the key. But if those guys can continue to keep building off of what they did, then we'll be happy with the results later on in the season.
Yeah, defensive lineman Darrell Taylor had a scary injury in the game, and we were all holding our breath and we were sitting on pins and needles. How does it feel as a player when you see something like that happen to one of your teammates? How do you get back in the mode of playing football? And is it hard? Is it difficult?
It's extremely hard, man, especially when it's a guy that's a young player like himself. I mean, the future looks bright. I was tweeting about him during the game, like, man, this boy just got some stuff you can't coach, you can't teach, right? And then a few plays later, you see this injury. But if you're one of the players that's on the team in particular, there's a stoppage for 15, 20 minutes. Your guy gets carted off the field and, stabilization and all these different things. It's hard to get back into that mode. It's almost like it's preseason almost like, hey guys, we're not trying to end anybody's career out here. Let's play hard, let's play tough. But it's hard to get back into that mode of like, man, I'm about to just crush you because one of your guys literally just got banged up. So it's a mental, it's hard mentally, and that's that mental toughness that you have to be able to continue to keep playing.
Yeah, well, we are all hoping for the best and wishing for the best for Daryl. Hope he's, healthy and able to come back soon. Most importantly, get his health together.
Yeah, and so Darrell Taylor posted this to his Instagram yesterday, thanking everyone for their support. And he says he'll be back in action hopefully soon. We're really glad to hear he's okay.